Okay. We should be good. I hope, anyway. Yeah, I think we're online. I'll keep this one over here. That's really bad. I wonder if it's... No, why would you have that? Oh well. And I'll have that. So, because I'm bored and can't think of anything else to do tonight, as I do not want to go out, as I've been out the past few nights. So let's try this. Is there a channel or video for creating a 3D intro? I have loads of tutorials on my channel. I have one for more advanced kind of techniques if you know your way around Cinema 4D, or I also have a kind of basic one which I made last year sometime. So check out my videos. I made it into a series as well, so you can actually see a show called How to Make an Intro in Cinema 4D. Layer. Right, let's try this. So live streamception. What can you see? God, I don't know what you can see actually. You should be able to see. Yeah, you should be able to see me working. I think anyway. Can you see? What can you see? Is it just really, really far behind? This is weird. You should be able to see me working. Let's go into live control room, public view. You can see me working. Yeah, everything's fine. God, the comments are so far behind. I don't know. Good. I'm glad it's working fine. So yeah, if you want to ask me a question, possibly the best way to do it's over Twitter. Just because I have that open and actually updates more frequently than the YouTube comments. So if you want to ask me anything, just hit me up on Twitter. Got a few of them. Yeah. So a few people have helped me out. Yeah, you can see Cinema 4D, so we're all good. Technically, I want to work out how to use this because I've never really used this before. So let's get. Why does that stop playing? Let's get a color, put it below, and a color above. And also a kind of yellow, and put you to, you can try let's try, no. Let's try that. Can you help me to get bigger on YouTube? I can't really help you. You just gotta kind of work hard. Oh, so that kind of works. That's cool. What axis am I moving? Well, just don't want it to be on Y. So now that's using a null object to determine where the texture goes, which is pretty cool, I'd say. And I could technically, if I copy that and put it to displacement, we should be able to get something to work here. Yeah. Oh, that takes a while. We'll keep it like that. Dude, you're awesome, amazing at editing, and you know the almighty Spratty. Yeah. He's alright. A good pal. I bought an AMD AF. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty powerful computer. Like, you don't, as long as you have like a decent enough graphics card that it's not too laggy in the viewport, like the only difference between like a basic computer and a really powerful one is just reducing the render times. And so if you want to like get product, like you want to get your projects out quicker, then you'd probably upgrade your computer. But mine's not that powerful. I don't even know what these comments are doing. Where am I from? I'm originally from Cambridge, England, but I moved to Sheffield to go to university. And yeah, I like it here, it's fun. So let's try and make this slightly more realist. Well, oh, I like this. It's cool. How are you? I'm pretty good. Bit bored this evening. My housemate's gone away for the weekend, so it's just me in my house. So I thought I'd kind of keep myself busy doing this. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I have something in mind, but we'll kind of see how it goes. I think I need to get a few techniques down rather than starting it fully, but we'll see. We might end up doing a mini kind of project. No way am I going to be able to do it because I'll probably have dinner in like an hour and a half-ish. Said about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Would you like to work on Pixar Studios? I mean, that is incredibly ambitious. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, it'd be quite fun. I'm no way at the skill level to work there. But who knows? Right, okay. So, with that idea in mind, let's start doing something. No. And then let's go to the top. Let's bring this out a bit, maybe to there. How old am I? 21. 22 in like 9 months. I don't know. I turned 21 in December. So let's see. We got them, and then now I want 60, but every is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's like a basic clock thing, which is kind of what I want. And then let's fillet these to 1 and 1 and put these to 0. Also, tell me if the quality's fine. I know my internet's really bad. Oh, go away, Smokey. What do I think of the States? I love the States. I've never been there, but it's somewhere I really do want to go. I plan on going there either this coming summer or the following one. I know that James, or Spratty, is going with his family and said I was welcome to come, but he's not actually 21 yet. He's 19, I think. Might be wrong. You kind of forget when everyone's at uni kind of how old everyone is, because there's some people who are 21, some are 22, some are still kind of like 19, 18. So yeah, when he's 21, I wouldn't mind going there, but I kind of want to be able to like go out in the States, kind of have a laugh. So I think I kind of have to go away with everyone who was 21. Not saying it wouldn't be fun, but it's just limited what you can do. Can you take on Approaching Nirvana Will Rain? I have no clue what that means. Oh. that, and maybe a little bit. Let's not use them. Let's go for, let's keep it metallic. Let's go for some metal. Everyone likes metal. Some of that, and then something like that. Sweet. You can't hear the music, can you? I hope not. No. Well, it says you can't, but every time I do this, I am making a clock, yes, but it's gonna be, it's hoping to be slightly more than that. Oh no, I don't want metal, do I? Or do I? I don't know. What do I want? Tell me what I want. Do you live alone? What do you do when you're not editing videos? I'm at university, so I still have studies to do. I'm not in that much because my uni is quite lazy. Well, relaxed. And so I kind of go in, do all my lectures, and then kind of relax. So I go out, kind of have a laugh with friends, all that kind of basic kind of stuff. But this takes up quite a bit of time, but I would never really get it, like, I would stop this, I reckon, if it was kind of getting in the way of kind of socializing, because this is a hobby. So if this was kind of taking up way too much time, then I would take a break or something. What football team do you support? I don't really support any football team, but if I had to say a team, it would probably be Liverpool, just because my entire family supports them. Even though none of us have ever lived in Liverpool, it's kind of just been what we support. Probably who was winning at that, like, in that season. Because I had like a good idea for this, and I think what I want to do is get it to light up to where the clock's pointing. So let's try and set it up kind of really rough. Let's make you editable, and no, I don't need to. Let's null object you, and how big's that? On the Z, so make you 1,000, and so I move you down 500, and they'll be right at the end, and then zero it out. Can you make a tutorial on how to make this intro? Oh, let's have a look at what it is. You're kidding. Really? 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 You want me to do a tutorial on that? Ah. Insert mo text. Put it to center. Don't do that. Put it to center. Make 2 of them with different words to what you want. Break it up using Trousy. Let's make 100 pieces. Let's not make 100 pieces. Because I forgot it does every letter, unlike Nitroblast. Oh, why did I do 100? Okay. So when you have that, do the same with the other one, but this time I'm going to make it 10. So it's faster. Get rid of all of them and all of these because we don't need them. Highlight these for open one up. Select children. Select children. Deselect all of them. Drag it all into one. You can now delete them. Then do the same with these four. Make sure they're selected on. Then, with that selected, go to Effectors and Plane. Change the scale to 0 or -1. Change the fall off to linear on the x-axis, and so when you drag it on, it forms itself. Then duplicate that and put it in the other one. But on this one, change it to -x. Then with them both selected, you can do that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've made the effect. And then if you want that bounce, you just keyframe there and over here. And with both of these selected, put in a delay effector with it set to spring. I didn't make it keyframe, did I? Oh my god, I've done the effect. Pretty sweet. And that's how you do the effect. And even without it rendered, it looks better than the other one. Right. So with that on, let's... Do I want that? No, I want another null in here, which is kind of up there. And so let's try this Proximal, because I'm quite interested to try and get it to work. So kind of what I want is layer, and nah, we don't want that. We want the proximal shader, and we're going to throw in that null. You troll, he wanted to know how to make the effect. I'd made the effect. And yes, it was quite sarcastic, I'll give you that. Let's grab a shader, and I want this to be quite a dark grey, something like that. Yeah. Oh, what, can I have 2 layers? Oh, I can. Sweet. Oh, this is just this is gonna get quite over the top, I think. But no, I want it quite clean, so don't really need to do that. And then I'll have that below. Then Who actually asked for that? Can you maybe make that an intro, please? No. I'm French and I love your video. Excellent. How do you make grungy looking textures on text? It's not hard. If you kind of just insert text, make a new material, then find some sort of grungy texture. Wonder if I can just, yeah, definitely can. Just find some like texture. Let's just throw, say, this one. So random texture, then maybe copy that onto the diffuse. Then let's get a normal map for the same one, which was lost it now. What was it called? Metal Grunge Painted 03. Metal Grunge Painted 01, 03. I'm not good at making textures, but throw it on. A main point is to change the projection to cubic, otherwise it doesn't really work. Then, God, it looks so good. Yeah, you just gotta light it well as well. So not like this. Ah ha ha. Sweet texture, bro. But yeah, it's not really. Just use presets. Do whatever you want. How long are you gonna stream for? I don't know. Until I get bored, probably. Maybe until I learn how to do this. So this one wants to be kind of like a light blue. Ian and or Smokey, do you know, guys, if adding anti-aliasing in the material, well, one you're baking in and one you're actually trying to render out, so it calculates it also. If you do it in the material, it won't have to calculate it, but it won't quite look as good. But I can't really say I've experimented with it too much. Try it. Just make a really basic scene which there is a noticeable change when you add anti-aliasing. Ambient occlusion. And then try putting it in the render settings and try putting it on the material. What are your specs for your PC? No, not the App Store. What have I got? 2.2 gigahertz, Intel Core i7, 8 gig RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD. I don't know, AMD Radeon, 6750M, blah 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 blah. I put it in the description of my uni setup video, so you can go check that out, as I cannot be bothered to talk about it. What am I studying at university? I am studying digital media production, which is, as you can imagine, all about producing digital media. But before you ask, no, I do not. do anything to do with Cinema 4D. You're such a dick. Shelley, would you be able to help our network promote incredible underrated musicians? If you did, add this to Skype. I can't promote them, like, nowadays 7,000 subs is really not much, and a lot of mine are inactive, so you get like 5 subscribers. So I would help you out, but I just don't, yeah, it just wouldn't really help. Okay, that's a bit better actually. Can we get this to work? That'll be interesting. This is gonna be a bitch to try and do. So that works for plane, doesn't it? Or does it? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I've done something wrong. I swear that's exactly what I did on the other one. Oh, I don't think I actually put that in, did I? Oh no, I did. I did. Let's get you. And of course you work. Well, I would say having 7,000 people and averaging 1,000 views to have 6,000 inactive subscribers. Don't you like Sony Vegas? It's Mac only, so I don't have it, and it's not for 3D. May I ask what you're making? It was kind of something that came to me, and so I think there's quite a simple way for me to actually do it. So I'm kind of trying to find out like a little cheaty way, rather than having to kind of keyframe a lot of stuff, because I don't really like keyframing a lot. Just add us on Skype and we'll talk about what you could do over there. Just add my Skype, it's the same as my channel name. Could you check your email? I have a business question. Not at the moment, because I don't really want to do any of that right now. What are you trying to do? I can't understand what you want with the clock. Basically, I'm going to try and do it so whenever, like wherever this is pointing, this part of, well, get rid of that. Wherever this null object is where you'll get the blue, and wherever it's not will be and kind of dark grey. So it's basically a way to kind of change the colour of each of these without keyframing. So that might be interesting. Go back. Whenever I finish a project, the background is like a matte black. What am I doing wrong? Do you mean when you render it out, you have a black background that's not got an alpha channel? You need to render out with an alpha channel. So if you check out my tutorial, when I go to render it out, I kind of go through the kind of settings you might want. It's a lot of experimentation based. And let's get rid of you for now. This, in theory, should be really quite straightforward. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's on here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I need. Yeah, I know it's much easier to keyframe, but I thought, why not? Why not try and find another way to do it? You could have done it with lights and using cloner with effects. Yeah, I know there are many ways to do it, but I want to do it my way. No, I'm not gonna make a bloody Harlem Shake because they're gay. The only one I liked was KSI's because they were really funny. Oh hey Ali. Nothing. You'll see later if it goes well. Trying to work out the proximal shader, but I don't know if it works when used on a cloner. So that's what I'm kind of working out. I could try just for the hell of it. We'll just switch you off. Just get all of you. Oh no, I don't want instances. And then I'll just make you into one big object, and then of course you don't want to work. No. Of course. Do you ever do animations of actual people, like rigged models? No, I don't really do people. I wish I could. Like, it's something I need to do for one of my projects. We have to use the CryEngine, which I would show you now, but it's on my Windows side of this computer, not the Mac side, because of course it's Windows only. But we gotta do. I don't think I've got. Yeah, all I've got is this, which it's not even textured. That was kind of just showing off, like. Fuck off. Yeah, we had to use Stonehenge for one of the projects, and so what we're having is it's basically a cinematic trailer, and this is like the very start of it. We're kind of having it's set in the old time when it was actually fully built, so this was kind of the start of it. Before it kind of got a bit destroyed, worn out, whatever. And then after a while, like, we're having, I think, two armies kind of fighting out. It's all in slow motion because none of us can really rig, so slow motion means we don't have to have almost any animation at all, just really slight movements. Then we're having a little raindrop fall down, and since everything's going to be like almost like a terracotta army, I think I have a little thing here. If I can find it quickly. This is how slow my internet gets when I try and live stream. Yeah, I know I always say but yeah, we're doing like this kind of. Oh, it's really small. This kind of thing. So everything's made out of stone. Then hopefully we'll be able to break it up, and as like drops of rain hit it, it will kind of break into pieces. But that will not. It will look crap, I think. Like, we'll try our best, but our team is quite lazy. Like, we never really get down to work, and I don't think any of us can really be bothered to start. Oh, I can't believe it crashed, but luckily I'd done shit all, really. Do you want to see anything? Like, I might just do that a bit later. I can't really be bothered to work on a kind of personal project at the moment. So if you want me to explain anything, then feel free. If you want to ask me questions, feel free as well. And it's... why does everyone have to laugh when it breaks? I had to pass up a chance to learn how C motion works at the CM. I don't really know what that is. What are you using to stream? This is Wirecast, which is what you get given if you're a YouTube partner for free, so that's nice. Are you going to upload that or things like that to your channel? Yeah, if it goes well, I will definitely upload it, because it can be used as part of a contest, but if you want to use it as part of the contest, you have to do everything within the CryEngine, and so you're not allowed any sort of post-production using After Effects or anything, so all the effects, all like the timing, music has to, like, it's almost impossible to do in CryEngine. So we're kind of just going for more of a portfolio piece, kind of for a show reel or whatever, and so we're kind of just doing it for fun now. The contests for Crytek, and I don't really have much interest in working there. Since when you do Cinema 4D? When do I start using Cinema 4D? Like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now. The summer before I started university, basically, and I'm in my second year now. I only picked it up because the course said we'd use it, and we didn't. But it seemed like fun. When I started, there were a lot of tutorials, but nowhere near the amount there are now. So I thought, I'd share some of my work, and it all kind of escalated a bit quickly. And people started wanting to see like tutorials from me and all that. Well, I don't know what I could do really. Like, I had that idea, and now since it crashed, I can't be asked. I kind of want to know how. I might try. Yeah, I'll try using the Proximal shader on something a bit more like this. C motion is really easy to animate rig characters. Yeah, like, I don't think I'll be doing any sort of like character animation anytime soon, so it doesn't really appeal to me too much. Like, it'd be nice to know how, but for now, I don't really want to learn something new until I've learned a lot in things I already am learning. So I know people say keep doing like new things all the time, but I think that's what I used to do a lot. Like I always used to try things, and then as soon as it became like a bit tough, I just kind of gave up and started something new. And so with like photography, I got alright at it and like knew quite a bit about it, and now I just have this 600 camera just kind of collecting dust. Pretty much. So let's grab that and throw it over there. Then let's get some crazy displacement going. So that should technically work straight away. No, if I actually were to put in my object and actually attach it to my cube. Yeah, that works. Then so this is like quite a cool way to, because you could also grab a circle and put it there, then align to spline, and then you can just keyframe the position. There's no point in learning rig characters until you, I don't want to learn how to rig a character before I can make a character. So modeling is one of those things I kind of want to learn, but at the same time I just can't be bothered, just because there's so much to learn about it. Like for now this is fine. One day I'll kind of expand a bit more. Yeah, let's see how that looks. So that should technically move along. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ah ha ha. It'd be nice to know how to do 2D animations. If you watch any of my like kind of subscriber feedback videos, you'll know I cannot do 2D animations, and so I don't really want to teach something I don't know how to do, because if I try, then I'll just teach really bad techniques. So before I try and do something, I like to actually know how to do it myself. Otherwise, it'll just be a disaster. Alright, let's try and actually get, I think, technically, if I was to go here and also put in let's put you in a fracture and put in a random effector, and this will go here. Yeah, if I was to model, I would be using either 3ds Max or Maya probably. Like, yeah, ZBrush is also good, I guess, but I just don't. Yeah, I don't want to learn a new program before I know how to use another one, because it just seems stupid, really, to even think about it. not what I want. Kind of want it like that, but I could just put that there as well and change it to a little sphere. There we go. So now I'll go around with it, and it's way too much. What do you think about 3ds and Maya? Would you like to learn them? Do you prefer Cinema 4D? The only reason I prefer Cinema 4D at the moment is because I vaguely know how to use it. It's not saying the others are bad. I think the others are brilliant as well. Yeah, I'd love to learn how to use them, but at the moment I just want to learn one of them. ZBrush is for organic modeling, but really easy to use. Fast for making anything organic, but yeah, I might have ZBrush. No, I have the installer for it, but I haven't installed it since updating my computer, and I haven't done it again. I tried using it and it was tough. I didn't have that's weird. I didn't have my tablet then, so I couldn't do anything. I like your dust video. Could you make something like a ring falls, break something? Could you make something like the ring falls, breaks something, and the dust? Oh, right, what, this? What, you want this to break something? No, I'm not. That's not really what I want to do. Like, what I want is, yeah, something a bit like that. R14. This is R13. I have R14 as well. That has sculpting. I haven't really looked into it too much. Probably should. Oh God. That's probably due to that. Oh God. Why is that go so crazy? It always seems like you're not impressed by Element 3D. It's because it's not a 3D program. Like, even if you wanted to use Element 3D for an intro, you'd still have to do a lot in a 3D program first to get it to look anything good, really. I've used it before in a couple of my intros, simply because the rendering's a lot faster. Like, if you have to throw out a project really quickly, then it's really handy. Like, the materials look good, the depth of field you can actually view live, you don't have to like render it out. So that's a nice thing, like the kind of real-time part of it. But it's not a replacement for a 3D program at all. Tell me what I should do. Like, what do you want to see? Because my mind's going blank. What I might try and do is I made like an intro for myself, which I might try and turn into a kind of template, but it'll be interesting. Like, some of it won't be hard. Do you genuinely want a flare tutorial? I think you're being sarcastic. Like, you can't honestly want a flare tutorial because I just use optical flares. I'm pretty bad at using them, just don't throw on loads of random things, I just keep the flare simple. Give me the Lightroom you use. I don't have a Lightroom. Like, it really depends on every single scene you use, because it'll be completely different. One, it might be too bright, it'd be too dark, depends on the material. How would you sculpt something like the phase logo in Cinema 4D? Oh, no, that's a good question. Let's try sculpting it. Oh, that was hard. Some brilliant sculpting there. Wow, there you are. Prime. Pretty good, eh? Pretty good sculpting. Anything else? So yeah, I kind of want to, first of all, make it so you change one and all of these change. So that's not hard. Let's make a new null called text controller. And we'll add to a new layer so you can actually see it, and get some Xpresso. Then what do we want? Object properties. It's just text, isn't it? Yeah. Lava. I don't think I have a tutorial for lava, and I don't think I've ever used lava in my life, so let's do that. Let's make some lava. Lava, done. What did you use to make the red lines in your FaZe Clan 2013 intro? There is a tutorial. Oh, that. That's what you meant. I thought you wanted a tutorial for lava. My bad. So then we want user data, add, name, first line. Oh, no, manage. And this is going to be a real. What? No. I want to be able to add data. Aha, there you go. My bad. And it'll be string. And this is first line, default value en. Then user data, first line, connect, 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 connect. Why is that one? Why have you gone red? Now, yeah, that worked. Right, then this is where it's going to get interesting, because I made these splines, but that's my bad, because I could just use text. But this is where, there's a tutorial on this somewhere where you can take, what is it? Because I don't want to have to make people input every single letter themselves of the second word. See, I like Xpresso because technically it makes sense. Like, that's really simple. That's easy. But there should be quite a simple thing, but I know what it is. That's a really annoying thing. I know what it is, but I just don't know what one it's called. What did he use it for? I remember. It's a black to white one. See if I can find it. Might be this. Yeah. Don't care about texturing or lighting. I'm more interested in the Xpresso side of things. I saw this tutorial ages ago when it first came out, and I think I replicated it, but I didn't use Xpresso because I felt it was pointless. But now I really quite want to know how. Like, everything's quite basic. Like, if you know how, like, if you know maths or kind of any sort of formula, then it's really good. How do you make soft body not lag the hell out of my computer? You can't really, because it's dynamic and it's having to calculate every single point. Like, if you lower the subdivisions, it will lower the time it'll take to calculate, thus making it not lag as much. But really, it's one of those things that's going to absolutely destroy your computer if you're trying to view it in the viewport. Alright, any sort of dynamics, there's no chance you're going to get real time. You can change the step size up so it calculates like maybe every 5 frames rather than every 2. But you have to really just wait it out. Or you can do hardware renders. That's really useful for anything that has some sort of dynamic. If you want to see the timing before you do an actual render, just do a hardware render. It'll take like 5 minutes at most for a heavy scene. And yeah, just do that and you'll see the exact timing, no lag at all. It'll just render out what you see in the viewport, not what it actually renders. Right. It's kind of what I want. Do you ever use basic materials in Cinema 4D, or have you ever used V-Ray for C4D? I normally just use a standard renderer, so I just use normal materials. V-Ray for me is confusing as hell, so I never really use that. Simply because it takes too long to get the same result you could really get if you're using standard renderer. Like, unless you're trying to go for like a really lifelike animation, which I'm not with kind of intros. Like, they're meant to be quite stylized, quite abstract. You're not going to use V-Ray. Like, it's insanely good for like something like interior. Everyone leaving. What are we on now? I didn't really expect many people to join in the first place, to be honest. Like, I expected maybe like 20 people at most. So we're on 7, so that's fine. I don't really care. I'm not doing it for like the viewers, like to try and get hundreds of viewers. I'm mainly just doing it for a bit of fun. Like, you can ask me questions, because people ask me questions all the time, and I thought, why not just do a live stream so I don't get asked like the same question hundreds of times. Hopefully people will actually listen to it. So yeah. Okay. What the camera are you using to record your face? So it's just my built-in camera, which I use for... No, it's just my built-in laptop camera and my FaceTime camera. Ooh, I could do it this way. Crap. I wonder. Right, so it might work. I'll just play around. When you put a target camera and align it to a spline in shape of a circle that stands vertically, and you have the target in the middle of the circle, the camera will rotate around its own axis when you move it around the circle. That is something I had to do when doing my one of my animations. So what you have is your circle, your null, and your camera. So you want a target and your align to spline. We'll go into the camera. The target is the null object, and the align to spline is your circle. So if we move around to make it quite obvious what's happening, I'll put in a platonic and change it to, so make a keyframe there and another one there. So what you're saying is when it gets here, it flips round to the other axis. Basically what you want to do is have just click on tangential, get a circle, move it slightly to one side, like so. In the align to spline, add in your rail path, and it didn't work. What did I do? I swear that's what I did. Maybe. Well, that's marked it out. There you are. Yeah. There you go. So now it spins round perfectly. So the point is, you kind of have this rail, and so it's going along it. So the camera's, yeah, I don't really know how to explain it well. The camera's kind of, it looks, if you think of it like a roller coaster, God, a bit like a roller coaster. It'll follow the track. So technically, if this was to kind of spin around, like if the tracks kind of spiraled, then so would the camera. But this is how I managed to create, in one of my animations, where would you be? Yeah, in here. Is it that? Yeah, this part where it spins round, I had to do that for that because it did not want to work. But it took me a while. Bye, Smirky. You stayed for a while, I'm surprised. I'm going to stop reasonably soon, just because I'm getting hungry and I don't want to have a whole day of just eating biscuits. So I do have to do some changes to get this to work. Let's shut off that just so the scene runs a bit quicker. So I'm gonna have to delete all of these and unfold all. Do you like to use writing tables to design? What do you mean? Like a tablet? If it's a tablet, then I have one. I don't use it though. I used to be alright at drawing, but now I'm not. Oh, how could I do this? Like, I have to change it to a normal text. Is that going to go in the right place? Oh, just zero it out. And then drop this under all of these. And 0, 0. Alright, so that's that all done. Then now get all these, and I think I've got to get this back right. How big are we thinking? 100? 70? No, it's not quite. maybe 60. There we are. That's about right. So now it's less destructive. Ooh. So I'll need all of these, but not like that. But this is only going to allow people to have people are still going to have to edit it load. There's no way I can make this into a template, really. I kind of want to, because it would be quite nice, so you guys can have pretty much the same intro that I'm going to have soon. Because it's pretty nice, like, it took me a while to do. It looks pretty awesome. You can have a little sneak peek. You can see the low res one. Check it out. Pretty sweet. And like, technically it wouldn't be too hard for you guys to edit it, like, but I just don't want to a lot of people who don't have much experience in Cinema 4D would really struggle to like work out where everything kind of is, because like this wasn't done particularly nicely. Like a lot of it is kind of trial and error and kind of making it work the way I want it to work rather than kind of neatly making it work so anyone could see it. So it's a very messy project. Each of these are completely separate. Yeah, I'd love to be able to get this into a template for you, where all you have to do, like the first name, like the first and last name, I believe, would be really easy. Yeah. Because you can, if I do that, and then in Xpresso we'll go user data third line and drag in all of these ones. What are you doing with Xpresso? Trying to make a complicated scene really easy to edit, so that anyone can do it. But it's hard, like all this is really easy, this part. It's just one text is just going to be horrendous to try and do. Like, it's editable. So now you can go up here and type in like motion, and it'll change. So that's pretty cool. Like, you'd still have to change the size, so you would See, that's the other problem. You'd still have to go in and change the size yourself, but this is like, it makes it easier to change all of these. Your face is covering half of it. Yeah, and I can make it so it's just that. I want a background. Good for you. I'm not making you a background because I don't make backgrounds at all. So that's 2 of them. Here's where you have multiple inputs. Could I have multiple outputs? Xpresso, calculate, math. So you can have multiple inputs, but you can't have that. Yeah, you can only really, you can only add strings, can you? Because what I want to do is you type in a word and what it does is takes the first letter and assigns it to something else. So the first letter will be assigned to the first text, the second one will be, so the second one, but it'll be in, it has to be in here. I'm not writing a script for it because I don't know how to use script. It's not going to be in range mapper, I don't think. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure I'll be giving away this because it took ages to make and it's pretty cool. So I don't know. Ah, 6 subscribers off 7,000. Damn. Right. I'll do, if you want to do, like, if you want to see me do anything, ask me now, as long as it's not too big, like anything at all which you believe is teachable, like quite soon. Just anything, like any sort of tutorial, hit me up with some and I might be able to explain something in this. But I'm only going to be on for maybe like 10-15 minutes more before I go and cook myself some dinner. And I am hungry. And it's 20 to 8 at night, so... What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Is it possible to watch the stream on a phone? Maybe, I don't know. Don't know. What's this one? Oh, that's a space. Ah, where's my water? This was a cool project. Which, in my opinion, looks pretty cool. But obviously not with default lighting. Let us grab the HDR sky and should just be in downloads. Maybe. How do you make your textures so good? I don't really. It's just trial and error, really. Like, just keep trying to make better textures. Like, I'm not going to teach you how to make them because I'm not very good at making them myself. You want to look up, like, Project 4D had a really good one. Where he kind of shows you how to do everything. It's quite a lot better in R14 because that has a normalizer built in, so you can actually make normals within the program. I could show you how to make this pretty good water texture, or how to make this if you want. Yeah. Can you teach them basic in tech intros? I don't really do them too much, but like a lot of it's to do with kind of just animating and using like the delay effector, so you get that kind of spring effect. Nitroblast and atom array. I'm pretty sure that works just as standard. Like, get a cube. No, not bomb. Break it up into 100 pieces and throw it in an atom array. Yeah, that works. Ooh, that's interesting. Is that because of that? No. Is that because of the actual cube? Yeah, you can just use it straight away basically, but when you go to actually animating it, you probably want to grab the atom array and put it here, I think, and grab all them and put it within, and then group. There you are. Can you shatter an atom array with Trowsy or Nitroblast without making it cut every single piece separately? What you could do is grab, make it make an atom array. So you have your atom array. The best way, like, I've never really tried it, but can't break this, can you? That just changes it into just a solid object, doesn't it? Is that gonna break it? Let's go here and turn on. Oh, self collisions is on. What's it doing here? It'll be going on for 30 seconds. Oh, he broke it into 2 pieces. That would be why. Grab you, put you into a cloner, and make you and put you to. Yeah, if you just press C straight away, like, it turns into one object, and so then you could break it into 100 pieces. And it'll go pretty quick. I think, anyway. You could then get, like, just to make it animate a bit quicker, make that a ghost body. Yeah, there you are. So that's individual pieces, kind of broken up. Ah, no. There you are, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Don't know if anyone's actually watching anymore, but that's how you can do it. A bit of blur. if you want something pretty sweet. But obviously that kind of dynamic that's kind of just exploding it crazily because it's interacting with a sphere which is inside. But if you make it a ghost body, it will like initially collide, but then it will kind of go through it. So it's kind of just there to initiate kind of its smashing, which is pretty cool. It's what I tried to do originally with one of my designs. It didn't work. Well, it did, but it took way too long to kind of visualize and kind of killed my scene, so I decided against it. But it was a pretty cool idea, like you have a sphere and then you have another one which is, say, 120 centimeters, and this one you break and make a thickness of what do you want, maybe 10, break it into 100 pieces and break it up, and that way if you go into the tag and make them all individual elements and change the size to moving mesh, and of course make this a collider, maybe you don't have self collisions, but that way, especially if you, I think it was, make it on collision, and you do want self collisions but change the size increment, so normally it'll be fine, and then you get yet another sphere which is a ghost body. Make a keyframe here and then a keyframe here. As it moves up, it moves, but kind of just playing around with this. There you are. That way you get like this kind of effect, so it kind of falls off, especially if you change the bounce to 0, friction to like 100, collision noise to 0, and same here, bounce 0, friction 100, maybe even like 200. Yeah, so it like kind of falls off. Upload your pack of materials. All my materials are rubbish, and I'm not legally allowed to give away other people's materials, as that would break so many copyright laws. All these questions I've given you is problems I faced when I made my latest intro. You can go look at the final one on my channel if you want. It's the latest upload. Yeah, why not? That one? Or that one? This one? Ah, I see. You wanted to, you wanted this to kind of appear as well. Yeah, just do it that way, like, you just make it a single element, then break it up. As long as you don't tick the single elements box, it'll just make one solid object. So something like Chelsea will just break it up as if it's one object. So yeah, that's kind of my advice. but it's not really something I have really played with. So you just have to kind of experiment around. Check out my latest intro. How do you import lights as nulls into After Effects so you can replace them with a flare? I did a tutorial on that. If you watch my FaZe Clan intro one, the light streaks, that talks about it a lot, saying about how you can make it into a flare or whatever using particular. Check out my latest intro for a friend on my channel. Is that partner with 97 subscribers? That one? Yeah, it's good, but textures and lighting need working on. Like, it's hard to get good textures to like do what you want. But like the textures I'm using now, just straight out of the Video Copilot pack, kind of adjusted for Cinema 4D, and they're pretty useful. Like, they've saved a lot of hard work for kind of quickly making decent looking textures, so I just use that for now anyway. Yeah, where's the depth? Is that not? Maybe it needs to be like there. And bring me back. Because everyone likes depth of field. Yeah. Yeah. Few people are leaving. How many people are in the stream now? Because I can't be bothered to check. Yeah. I do love little animations, like, I do love just playing around. These textures of Video Copilot? Yeah, they are. That's why they actually work well. Like, these are just like, if you buy Element 3D, you get given all the textures in Cinema 4D as well, so they're pretty useful. Can you show us how to make a simple intro usable intro for graphic designers? Watch my tutorials on my channel. Like, there are hundreds. Like, it all depends on what you want. That's my advice. Like, not every designer is going to have the same one. That's why I kind of wanted to make my little template so you could just have that. I have another template, but it's not great, which is here. Which is me pretty much stealing. I hate the camera angle, that's a problem. But yeah, I went to render it out, it looked bad, so maybe down the line we'll do it, but for now, no. They kind of just seem to be kind of like on the top of things, like you probably need to mask out when it like goes behind an object just to make it seem like it's a bit more in 3D. This one looks cool. I thought you'd the thumbnail was deceiving. Yeah, it's still nice. I don't want to load that up. Oh, I've got a message though. God, mental. What are all these emails? Now, where is it? Video manager, live, control room. Oh, all of them are gone. All my comments. Hopefully they're more up to date on here. What did you do to make the pieces fall down? You want to make sure that in your dynamics tag it's set to on collision, and because these are probably intersecting slightly, you just want to change the size increment to 1, and that way they'll actually interact the second that they hit. Can you make me a picture for YouTube? No. Is there any way I could get the textures you use? By the way, I have Element 3D. If you paid for it, go and log on to videocopilot.com and there'll be textures for Cinema 4D and you can download them. If you didn't pay for it, you cannot get them. Oh, that's interesting. That's because of the friction, isn't it? There we are. See, I don't know. Does this make a difference? What if it's like -2? Because I think that's now like inside. Yeah, so that'll only get rid of a few pieces. Whereas doing this will kind of blow them all up. This is Cinema 4D, the only 3D program I really know. And then if I copy that tag, I could simply go into plugins, main, and change it to something like 310 fracture. When you're such a good animator, why don't you switch to a bigger program like Maya 3ds and Houdini? It doesn't really matter what program you use, like some are easier than others. Like for animation, Cinema 4D is just so quick and easy to use compared to anything else. Like a lot of my course mates use 3ds, and if they see like especially like texturing and lighting, that's just so much faster in this. So now it should be exactly the same, but we have 200 more pieces. Because when I did this in my animation, I used something like 1,000 pieces, and it just got hectic. But it looks cool. Right, so it is now 8:10 and I'm gonna go make myself some food, so I'm gonna end the stream here. If you do have any questions you wish to ask me, or anything you want to see, or just want to keep up with what I do, then follow me on Twitter. It's in the name of this video as well as in the description. There's a link to it, which I think goes to the right one. So yeah, just make sure you follow me on there, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And that way you can actually follow what I do. So yeah, there's me again, looking quite tired. Yeah, it's been a long week, so yeah. How much money is it? It is quite expensive. Do you still have the first intro you ever made stored somewhere? Oh, that is a good question. I doubt it. It might be on my hard drive if I plug it in. If I do, it is horrendously bad. But we can check it out. Like, I think the first intro I ever did was an MLG logo. And it looked horrific bad. YouTube intros. What do I have here? I probably don't I don't know what the oldest one I ever did was. No. What's that one? No. Yeah, I don't know what. No, that's quite new. That one I never did. Yeah, I was gonna win, but now I'm just curious. No, that's new. No, again, it's not new, but I think this is quite old. But I got some good old Transformers sounds on it as well. That's quite old. Top 5s. Did I ever do? Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, they're pretty bad. What was this? Oh, I remember that. Oh, that's a giant scene. Why is that so big? Why is that 50 meg? It's probably because it's crumbled into hundreds of thousands of pieces. I remember that. Yeah. I don't know what my oldest one was. Out of ones I've done on for here. Oh, my god. Yeah, as soon as I finish a project, I instantly hate it, basically. That's a problem with me. You can get Cinema 4D for really cheap if you're a student. You should look that up if you are a student. You can save yourself a lot of money there. It's either free or costs a little bit. But it all depends. Yeah, I think I definitely deleted my older stuff because it was horrible, like honestly bad. I remember showing my friend because I thought it was really good, but it's not. And I don't like to fill my hard drive up too much. So yeah, I don't still have it. Any sort of student, it doesn't matter. But now definitely, I'm gonna head off. How did you make the transition of the circle in the thumbnail of unknown animation? Have I? Come on. Oh, that's just a plain and random effector. Look up one of my tutorials on effectors. I think, yeah. Which tutorial would it be? It will be maybe this one. No. There you are. That's the one you want. Oh. Probably easier for me just to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna head off now, guys. Dinner's gonna take like 20 minutes to cook, and I kind of want to eat that. I don't really know why this hasn't closed down. I'm just gonna have to make my computer hate me. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and again, make sure to follow me on Twitter and on YouTube, and yeah, I'll see you soon.